Welcome to Let's Talk with your host, Teresa Ann. I'm so glad that you could join me today with your cup of coffee or tea or maybe some water. But I'm here today not with someone to interview, but actually to talk to you because some have asked me some really good questions. And so I want to answer one of those questions. That question being, why did you start the show? Why did you start Let's Talk with Teresa Ann? For this reason, I picture people like books that are shut. Some books that have never been opened. Literally, when I've opened some of these books called People, it's as though pages were never even read. They're still crisp to the touch. And everyone wants to share their story. Everyone has a story to share. That's why if you ever get around me, you're going to hear how I ask a lot of questions. It's not so I can learn more about you to get more dirt on you or more information. It's to hear and read your story. When you hear the word gospel, what does that word mean to you? Gospel, we all know, or many of us know, that gospel means good news. Did you know that your testimony of what God has done in your life is God's gospel, God's good news in your life? Have you shared it? Have you shared the good news of what God has done in your life with someone else? John wrote about the good news of Jesus. That was his gospel message. Matthew wrote about the gospel. That was his message from Jesus. Paul wrote the good news to many of the different churches. Timothy, James, so many that have written their gospel story of how God has touched their life. How has God touched your life? What is your gospel message? That's what this show is about. It's to know, what is your biography? What is your gospel message of God in your life? I want to know that. That's what this show is about. With Let's Talk with Teresa Ann. How has God delivered you? How has God sustained you? How has God held you when you could have easily broken? How has God put you back together when all you saw was pieces shattered? How has God taken the old and made it brand new as though it's unrecognizable to anyone who saw it in its original state? I want to say again, thank you for joining me on Let's Talk with Teresa Ann. Please keep your questions coming. We love your questions. We love your comments. And more than anything, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. And remember, this show is about bold inspiration, revealing God's goodness. Have a great day.